All right, today we have ye old KP9, and this is a cool gun. I like this gun a lot, but it also has the Russian, well, it's actually Chinese version of the OKP7 sight. PCCs are kind of hard on optics, at least they can be. So let's see, I think I've got it zeroed. Let's see if it holds zero. All right, got through a mag. I'm not 100% sure if it's still zeroed, but let's take a look. All right, I think I got her pretty dialed in. It's pretty much zeroed here, and let's shoot it a bit. All right, it's out. I'm gonna load a few more rounds and see if it's still zeroed. All right, got 3 rounds. Let's check it out. All right, this is just a rough, like 25-yard zero. That is the initial group. That's actually 2 rounds in 1 hole. It's kind of cool. Overlay. I request an overlay. And then here's 2 rounds. I'm guessing the third one went off the left side there, so it's still a bit left, but I'd say that's more or less still zeroed. Let's shoot it some more though. There's something cool about the KP9. That. All right, so something about this optic that you can see, let's see if I can get a good view of it. Okay. So on this side, there's actually a little really tiny locking screw, and there's one on the underside as well. It's a little harder to see, but it's right there. And those are there presumably to lock the adjustment turrets once they're zeroed. So unfortunately I don't have an Allen key that's that small with me. So I'm just gonna wing it. Maybe tighten them when I get home, but for right now they're not loose, or they're not tightened down, so we'll see. Okay. All right, I know it's only 1 hole, but that is my final shot there at the end. And I was hitting those dueling tree plates. So at least for now, the optic seems to be holding zero, which is good news, because this thing, I paid 250 clams for it, which is pretty cheap for any optic, and it looks really cool. All right, we're out here on the range with my beautiful Sega AK102 conversion done by M13 Industries. Thanks, guys. It's pretty amazing. It's super cool. But I'm going to have a separate video about this build and how cool it is. But today we're going to be testing the optic, which is an OKP. I just tested it on a KP9, which is a pretty well, it's a straight blowback 9mm, so those are known to rattle optics quite a bit. And pretty much held zero. We're only at 25 yards, and I've got kind of a quick and dirty zero here with the rifle. So you can co-witness your irons, at least with the Sega. Ooh, come on, focus. Yeah, there you go. So you can't really tell, but if I had enough camera range, you could actually look through your iron sights right underneath the glass. So that's kind of neat. And you can, of course, zero your OKP to your irons, which is always handy. Kind of a rare thing with AKs because the optics usually sit too high. But yeah, let's shoot some rounds. All right, there's my initial zero with the Sega and the OKP7. A little bit of vertical stringing, but I'm also on a bag with no rear support, and you know, that's the initial zero. So there you go. There's been a lot of hubbub about these big Stendo magazines, which are Bulgarian. This one's a plum mag. They seem to fit. They fit in the Sega. They're a little bit tight. They don't click in really audibly, but they do go in. They stay in pretty well. Seems to work okay. She's warm, boys. So there's been some more hubbub about these big old extendos with the AMRU base plates. And I happen to have a couple of these base plates around, and they fit right on the Bulgarian mags. And they fit right in. And this one is fully loaded, so boy, look at the time. It's 11:51. That's how many bullets you get in this gigantic Stendo magazine. So that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna bump fire it or anything, but it does look pretty neat in there, and it's a big deal for competition guys like myself. These big Bulgarian mags came from Gun Mag Warehouse, since you guys are going to ask, probably. And they're not expensive. So if you've got a 5.56 Sega, some of these Bulgarian Stendos will probably work for you. And if you want something a bit more practical, you can also put them on these these Polish barrel magazines. They go right on. They've got different calibers available, but 5.56 AKs are so hot right now, aren't they? Literally. It's a little bit tight, but it does lock in. It's not going to fall out or anything. And that's a little bit more of a manageable extendo if you're doing a run and gun or something and you don't want gigantic frickin' magazines falling out of your gear. So that's a cool. I have run this with my barrel. at matches, and it works just fine. I shall call her 102E. Couple of notes about the optic. I got this one on eBay, and I was pretty sure that it was a Chinese copy, and it is. The original ones are pretty hard to get, apparently, ever since Ukraine. But you know, I don't hate it. It's really seems to be all right. Let me see if I can. This is really hard to do. There we go. Come on. Anyway, the focus is not great. There you go. So the reticle is, it's got a nice little point in the middle there. And it's not too bad. It's not as bad as you might think. It seems to be holding 0, although we're going to test that in a second. And it's overall pretty unobtrusive. This particular one mounts to the accessory rail, the AK accessory rail. The other one I got from Gorilla Outfitters, the one that's on the KP9. This optic, it's 150 smackers, which is insanely cheap. It was like $149 plus shipping, and the shipping wasn't too bad, which is, that's incredible. For any optic that actually works, that's not like airsoft grade. So that's pretty neat. I'm glad to know that this one works. The Gorilla Outfitters one, like I said, was 250 clams, a little bit more, but still very inexpensive. And in the world of AKs, it's always nice to have cheaper options out there. So yeah, I'm going to shoot a couple more rounds and see if it's still zeroed. Okay, you can see the previous 0. I'd say that's still zeroed. That's cool. Right now I'm going to go over to the 100-yard range and see if I can hit anything over there. Sadly, I didn't get any long-range video footage, but the optic did hold 0. I was able to get hits out to maybe like 200 to 300 yards with it, so worked out pretty well. The reticle is really bad for long range because you can't really do effective holdovers with it, but for inside of like 200-300, it's actually pretty good. This video is brought to you by Greg's Grips. This is definitely an American-made 1911 with actually American-made Carlo Walnut Double Diamond grips made by yours truly. Available at gregsgrips.com. Also, Hudson H9 or Daniel Defense H9 grips are available too if you have one of those and you want to beautify your Daniel Defense H9. I make walnut grips or any other kind of wood. Just send me a DM and I'll get you hooked up.
Nice grips.
Oh,